the community of Canaries, 22 years old. And I think that for the younger part of my life, what I did within my community, getting involved in a number of community groups, has shaped the person that I am and the person I'm becoming as well. So in terms of development and wanting to inspire, wanting to be an inspiration, and I know that it's cliche, you hear people say that they want to be an inspiration. It's not necessarily for me being, you know, a superwoman that everybody looks forward to. It's giving a positive vibe that whenever I'm around, whatever people get from me is positive. So it doesn't matter whether I make you laugh or I just make it easy for you to be around. But that's one of the things that I would like to do. The emotion that I evoke in somebody should never be negative. I think that it should always be something positive and something inspiring. One of the philosophies I think that I go by, and I think it's important, is that whatever something moves you to act on it is something that I realized from very early on, that, you know, I may get this huge passion and inspiration to do something, but I start thinking of the what ifs, and I start thinking of, you know, certain, what will people say, or what if I can't do it, all the little aspects of fear that would keep you from doing something. And I'm starting, and I don't think I'm completely there, I'm starting to get into the mindset that if something moves you and it's for the benefit of, you know, my well-being or the well-being of other people, that I'm going to act on. So yes, that is definitely one of my thoughts. What is my why? I look at the way that life is, and I look at a number of cases where young people may be depressed, and I think that I've thought about it, that everybody has a purpose. We all go through the same things, and it's only that when you find your purpose, you understand really what you need to do. My why, if I were to select one thing or a group of things, is ensuring that whatever I do, that it's beneficial, that I never want to be that source of negativity, that I want to leave a footprint. So if I am in something for 2 years, I know that when I get out of it, that I've inspired a few people, that it has contributed to the development of whatever it may be that I was a part of. Also, I think that I have a blessing when it comes to creativity, and I think that my purpose, I can't say my sole purpose, but one of the things that I'm destined to do is use that creativity to create change. And it doesn't matter whether it's doing art and craft with young children and just making them feel good about themselves, but using my creativity to impact people. I think really and truly that's one of the things that I am meant to do. So I've been a part of the National Youth Council on a voluntary basis, as well as I've served on the District Youth and Sports Council within Canaries. And I think that being around the executive, working directly with past executive members, that I gained an appreciation of the work that we do and what it takes. And also, I think for a long time I started conceptualizing, and that's one of the things that I do. You know, if I were to be in that position, what would I like to see happen? What would I like to see, you know, take place? And because of the dominance that the National Youth Council has gone through, you know, in this last term, I think that was my drive, my push. You know, I need to stop being on the sidelines and quarreling and say, where is NYC, and you're not hearing their voice. And I could be a part of that change. And so I figured, you know, why not go for it, and still going based on that principle. If something moves you, act on it. I decided that with encouragement from some of my peers, that I would apply for the position of PRO. And PRO because currently I'm in media, and I think that it's a path that I really enjoy. It's something that I can use my creativity to impact people, and so I thought PRO was, you know, strategic. Also, the way that I see the position of PRO is that not me being a face, not me being that mouthpiece, but being able to encourage young people to speak out. And I think that is why this position specifically spoke out to me. A manifesto leading up to me going up for this position, and one of the things that it highlights is maintaining a standard that is or should be the National Youth Council. And that standard, I've actually broken it down into three phases, which would be the first one. I think the most important is know your NYC. That's phase one. And what it would entail is public education. People knowing exactly what NYC is responsible for doing, the mandate of NYC, and what they can hold the National Youth Council responsible for. Because when it comes to any sort of governance, it's a people. It really is a people to encourage, this entity and keep this entity, on the straight and narrow, basically. So knowing the NYC and knowing the mandate of the National Youth Council would be the first phase. The second phase is called Speak Up, and what it is encouraging young people to be their own mouthpiece. Lots of times you see in a number of organizations, there's a problem that arises, and the PRO or communications officer is that sole person that gives, a view of what the organization thinks. But the National Youth Council should be a movement of young people discussing their problems, discussing their solutions, discussing what they think should be done. And the Speak Up phase will encourage young people to talk about their problems. It will encourage young people to be the face of the National Youth Council. So I would serve as a point person in terms of the image and the branding of the National Youth Council, yes, but young people will be talking about their problems. You'll hear from them what are the issues and how they think it can be solved, and that's what the second phase would focus on. The third phase, and I think it is just as important, would actually look to development, personal development among volunteers of the National Youth Council, as well as team development, because I think that is also necessary for the branding and image of the National Youth Council. You can't have a team of people, you can't have an entity where one person, portrays straight and narrow and then everybody's in shambles. So that third phase of my manifesto would focus on team building and image building, ensuring that what you portray and what we portray is actually what we are. And so yes, that's the basis of my manifesto and what I wish to get out of the National Youth Council. So at the end of my 2 terms, not only will I want to be able to pinpoint people from the organization's core that can continue that role of PRO, but I would also like to see an entity and a movement where young people are not afraid to speak up for what they want to hear. I would not always have to be the person coming out and seeing on the news and TV saying what the young people think. You'd be hearing what the young people have to say. Comes to the National Youth Council, in addition to the fact that not many people understand the role, we have a dominance when it comes to the communities and the distribution sports council. The National Youth Council, I think one of the pertinent problems that we see across the board is that they try to do it as an 8-person executive. And when you look at the vast majority of work that the National Youth Council is supposed to do, it cannot be done as an 8-person executive, especially if you have not trained that 8-person executive in team building, team dynamics, and looking at the organization first. So if you look at it as, I'm entering the National Youth Council to further just my personal agenda, it is difficult and you're not going to get it done. But if you base it on a principle, going based on the principles of this organization, and it's not just what I think, but it's what the principles of this organization are, we have a basis or a platform that we can work on. And not only does this National Youth Council, a functioning National Youth Council, or any organization, for example, for you to be able to function, you need to put your personal needs aside and look at the organization. You need to be able to say, okay, the council requires this and that, and we cannot do it alone. So ensuring you're having that support system behind you, I think, is critical when it comes to the full function of the National Youth Council. In addition to outside interference, I think there needs to be a line drawn when it comes to advice and people actually trying to sweep the mandate of the National Youth council. So ensuring that we have an executive that is prepared, willing to work and willing to work for the benefit of the organization, I think is key. It's pertinent to this executive functioning, and having a general assembly that is willing to keep this executive accountable for what they're supposed to do. I think I'll start this week. One of the goals that I have, life goals, I think if I were to have a bucket list, it would be number one, and maybe the most difficult thing to achieve, is to be on that TED Talk stage and to actually have the opportunity to speak to a vast majority of young people, worldwide. What my stance would be is to find that point. I think everybody has a point in their life where they get that first foot, they get a taste of how much better you can be. You need to find that point. You need to find that point, and when you get to that point, you have to go full force towards the development. I think there was a point in my life where I realized, hey, I can be a better person. And it started by reading and ensuring that I was always informed of, what happened in the world. I thought that I spoke well before, but there was people like Lisa Dublin and professionals in the field that could have pointed out my mistakes and realized that, hey, I'm not perfect, and I could always improve. When you get to that point, when you get that taste, that first taste of I can be better, it is euphoric and you just want more. And I think that is one of the things that young people need to find. Get out of their comfort zone, because there's no space for development there. A lot of the times we prevent ourselves from moving forward because of the what ifs. You need to forget the what ifs. And you will always have people who would not necessarily put you down but may discourage you. So if you know what you want, make it be, and you know that it is for the development of yourself and by extension, the wider world, go for it. And these people that discourage it, they may just be people who think that they have your best interest in mind. I can think of areas where my mother discouraged me to do certain things and these things, because I did not listen to her, because I can be a rebel, like most young people. And these things, benefited to the start of my journey when it comes to development. And so if you really want something, don't listen to the you can't, so what ifs. You need to go for it. You need to find the people who can assist you. You need to, and we have a wide range of, we're at the age where we have a wide range of information at our fingertips. You could learn to sew, you could learn to draw, you could learn to cook using the internet. Use that platform, use the professionals that are around you, and go for it.